Hey everyone, and welcome to another Marks & Crafts figurine review. Today we're reviewing something that I've kind of looked at before, but not really. This is the MENG Evangelion Unit 2. Now, I have previously reviewed the MENG EVA Unit 1, and a lot of this review will reference that video, in particular posability and everything like that. So if you want to know articulation on this figure, it's pretty much identical to the MENG Evangelion Unit 1. So if you want to know how that feels, just go check out that video. But there are a few things that are separating EVA Unit 2 from Unit 1, and that mainly comes down to what makes Unit 2 special anyway. So for anyone who hasn't seen my previous video, the MENG Evangelions are models made by the studio MENG, and MENG have for many years done a lot of like military models and things like that, and they've just very recently cut their teeth on anime and in particular mecha, and that mecha was Evangelion. And EVA Unit 1 was their first kit ever for anime, and it turned out really, really well. And so, of course, they're going to continue the line. And so the next one is Evangelion Unit 2. And as of recording this video, they've done a 1.5 version of EVA Unit 1 with less accessories, but better articulation and structure, because I think that there were a few things that were slightly wrong with it, but nothing that I really minded. And they have just recently announced EVA Unit 2's new version from 3.0 plus 1.0, which is really, really cool. It looks like it'll be a very, very unique build. But anyway, today we're looking at EVA Unit 2, and as you can see, I've got them in a crouching position so they fit in camera, because this is an incredibly huge figure, and I think I'll do size comparison straight away so you can get an idea of just how large this is. So here they are next to a pop-up parade. This is the pop-up parade Cami, and it's roughly around 1/10 scale, so you can see that the MENG just towers over her even though it's crouched. Here they are next to a HD Gundam. HD Gundams are around the same size as Figmas, so around 1/12 scale. So you can see how they'd fit with like SH Figuarts action figures and things like that. The RG Evas are a little taller than those, so they would scale just a tiny bit better, but we're working in two completely different realms right now. Here they are next to the SH Figuarts Anya, and Anya's 1/12 scale figure, but she is Anya, so she's incredibly tiny. And here they are against the MENG Studios Evangelion Unit 1. And yeah, they just look great together. They are in very similar poses, but this is one of the more stable poses you can get them into for these models, because there's just so much weight behind them, and the engineering on these things is incredible, but it's just really hard to deal with that much plastic. And yeah, it's the best that it can be. You might notice as well that Unit 1's eyes are looking rather dead. That's because I haven't turned on the LED feature, but Unit 2's eyes are lit up, and it might be hard to tell on camera, but that's because of the way that they've done these LEDs. It's actually very cool, and even when the lights are off, the eyes still look pretty good. So I've dimmed the lights a bit so you can see the light up eyes on EVA Unit 2 a bit better. I've also removed the main, I forgot what weapon this is, but I think it pierces AT fields. It's a transformable weapon. It's really cool. Some of the details on it come as water slides. I just painted them in quickly because that seemed easier, because there's something very vital in here and I did not want to get that wet. So basically this is the main gimmick, or at least I think it's the main gimmick of this MENG figure. So we've got this all lined up, and normally the gimmick would activate right around now, but mine's a little bit iffy, so you just need to get it just right. And there we go. I think it's pile driver or something like that. Anyway, this has got an LED feature inside of it. It's a whole mess of tricky to hook up batteries and metal plates and things like that. But once it's put together, it is very, very cool. And you can see it lights up beautifully once I get it working correctly. There we go. And yeah, it just looks fantastic. These take a very specific battery, which I'll pop up on the screen now. The LED lights for the eyes for EVA Unit 2 are the same as Unit 1, which are LR44s, but for this weapon they take something else, and I can't remember what it is right now, but yeah, it'll be in the final video. And I just love the light effect in it. It's just a simple light, but the way it lights up the clear piece, it looks incredible. I love it so much. And I also love how the LEDs light up all four eyes, and it just looks so good. Now, the other important thing that I've done with this one compared to my EVA Unit 2 review, my EVA Unit 1 review, is I've applied some of the water slides, and I think they look rather good. I did also apply some of the water slides on my Unit 1, just so they look a little bit better, nothing too crazy, and some at the back there. But it just helps breathe life into the figures just that little bit more. There are quite a few water slides to apply, but I only did a few main ones. It's like the only ones that really ever bother me are the ones on the arm. You really just need to apply those. And there is a very special one, which I'll show you both Unit 1 and Unit 2's. So I didn't get to put these on last time, but they have water slides for the entry plugs. And the entry plugs are also the way that you activate the LED units. And it is so cool. It's a more durable water slide than I'm used to dealing with, which is great because it's an awkward shape to put something on a cylinder. And yeah, it just looks so good. I love it. I'm so happy that they included this. And Unit 2 and Unit 1's are different, which is even better. So here's Unit 2's entry plug, and you can see the design is way different. It's so good. I didn't get it to wrap around perfectly. There was quite a bit of white left over just at the bottom here, but I coloured it in with the Gundam marker, and everything is fine. It's also trickier to apply than Unit 1's, just because there are colours at the ends, so you need them to wrap around. So it's just a tiny bit awkward, but thankfully there is some etched in detail on it, so you know where to line up everything. So that's cool. As for the build of the kit itself, it's pretty much identical to the Unit 1. It's mostly easy to do. It's just a little bit tricky when you're doing the wiring because you do not want to screw it up. It also hinders some of the posability because the wire goes through the chest to the head, so you don't want to screw up anything there. It is a bit fiddly and a bit annoying, especially when you're putting together the hands. So the build experience is pretty much identical to Unit 1. The only different things were some of the gear and the head, and otherwise it's pretty much the exact same kit. And it comes with all the faults of that as well. As you saw in the Unit 1 posability, the legs aren't the best, and it is very top heavy, which is why I always opt for crouching positions. MENG have released a stand for these figures. I haven't built one yet, but I only intend to use it if I'm going to do running poses or flight poses and things like that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The only other important things for Unit 2 that differentiate them are the actual weapon kits and things like that. So I'll show you what really separates them. So in Unit 2's kit, in each of the shoulder pylons, like Unit 1, there are progressive knives, but Unit 2's knives work way differently. So the slot comes up here, and then the knives pop out like so, which is very cool and also show accurate. So then you can just transform the knife like so. And that's just really, really cool. I've always liked Asuka's progressive knives, and I like that they've recreated this feature pretty faithfully. And I just like the idea that you can properly store progressive knives on these kits. But yeah, there's a whole other mess of accessories for this, and I will show them all as part of the B-roll. Because you get so much. There's, I think it's the same number of hands as Unit 1 had, as well as completely new shoulder pylons. You get 2 pallet rifles, you get this pile driver weapon, as well as another weapon for the aerial mode. You get new sort of, I don't know what they're called, fins for the arms. You also get the umbilical cable, and I think that's it. The kit is definitely packing heat, which is cool because it's got multiple gimmicks. Because like it might not have the light up chest feature that Unit 1 had, but it's got the light up gun, which is a really impressive piece of engineering if it works correctly, and all the other accessories. It's just a really, really cool figure. A lot of your mileage depends on how much you like Unit 2 and how much you liked building Unit 1, and if you can be put through that again. I've pretty much gone all in once I bought Unit 2, and hopefully they will do Unit 0, otherwise this is going to get real awkward real quick. But yeah, it's a really, really good figure. I just really enjoy these models, and they are absolutely gigantic. It's just ridiculous for these things. But hopefully throughout this review, I've got all this B-roll rolling so you can see what this figure's capable of. And if you want to see the full posability and breakdown of that, please watch my Evangelion Unit 1 review. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed that video, and I will see you all next time.